find this fucking. I'm glad you brought this up. I wanted to bring this up last night. Is it this guy here?
Yes, it is. The guy
Have
with
you
the
seen
red
his fucking
eye.
eye?
Yeah, he's the guy that doesn't look like a reptilian at all.
Look, they all get this. They all get this fucking eye thing.
Yeah. It's really, really strange. I'd see like Biden, he just looks like he's got a bloodshot eye. But that eye that Peter is it pronounced Thiel? Peter Thiel.
It's Peter Piper. Peter Pepper. It's Peter. That's his name there.
I can't read that from here.
It's Peter Brabak
Peter
Latmouth.
Thiel. Who am I? Who's Peter Thiel then? Somebody help me because I've clearly got my fucking Peters mixed up. He was the guy that said ages ago that water isn't a human right and it should be treated as a commodity.
Have you seen underneath his eye? Yeah, he did. He did say that. Have you seen underneath his eyes as well?
The white.
Yes, weird.
Yeah, he's a weird looking fucker. It's a weird looking dude. And like, if you were to turn around to me without me knowing any of this stuff, if you were to turn around to me and say, listen, there's like this fucking alien race. They wear fucking people costumes, and they've infiltrated all manner of like global elites and powerful politicians, all that stuff. And they have a headquarters at Davos. They are they call themselves the World Economic Forum, but realistically, that's like the head of the snake.
Basically that.
Yes, basically that. I go, that sounds like bullshit. Then you pull a picture of that guy out. I go, huh, okay. Give me more of your compelling evidence.
As well, you know, like people go, oh, well, you know what? Well, he may have been punched in the eye. I mean, so he may have fallen on the stairs. He'd have bruising on the side for a start.
Well, do you know,
they always have the red eye.
It's not just that, right? The amount of people, but the amount of celebrities that you get, which get the bruise, they get the black eye. Yeah, we've heard of the Black Eye Club, but Black Eye Club is fucking mental, right? All these people, all these celebrities at some point, and it's not just celebrities, it's politicians, it's fucking royals, all of them at some point seen outside with a big old fucking shiner on them. Now, people turn around and say, yeah, well, you can get a black eye. Right? How many people, right? How many people in the last 3 years, let's give it 3 years, Ollie, do you remember like walking into work with black eye? The Black Eye Club. So you'll see here all these people, all these celebrities at some point being out, and it's not like they've just had like this black eye. They've it's been like a red carpet event. It's been like a social media post to show it. Famously, that picture with Tom Hanks when he looked really weird with like the pizza clock behind him, and he was saying he was safe with fucking Oprah Winfrey and whatnot. Famously, he had a black eye. Royals, fucking millionaires, actors, and they all go out. That's the thing. There's none of this hiding of things. They all fucking go out, like you say, like it's some sort of it's some sort of sign.
Has Trump had it?
I haven't seen one of Trump. That doesn't mean there isn't one, but I haven't seen one.
There we go.
We were talking about the change and how things can change quickly. And what I was going to say is if only 10% of this stuff that's bubbling to the surface, just 10%, like because there's so fucking much like that's coming up. If one of those things is real, it's like, well, it's the World Economic Forum, and there's a globalist agenda to enslave humanity. right? Well, that's a pretty fucking big deal. Or if it's not that, it's the fucking it's like space is fake and gay. There's something we're not being told about space. Well, that's pretty. It's pretty important
It's
too.
pretty big.
Yeah, or I don't know, like maybe there's actually aliens in like coming from a fucking distant galaxy or already living in our oceans. They're not aliens at all, and we're just not actually the apex predator we thought we were. That's also pretty fucking big deal. If it's just one of these things, like the world changes tomorrow.
Yes.
And that's so that
Do you think people will give a shit then?
I think there'll be.
I hope so.
I don't know.
Hold your thought to what you were going to think, just in case you
Yeah.
lose the train of thought. And I'll ask you this: so let's say one of those fucking egg objects lands on the White House lawn,
Right.
and a fucking really weird creature gets out. Yeah,
I even forgot about the eggs.
yeah, and it's broadcasted everywhere. It's on every news channel.
Mm-hmm.
Your mum goes, Lee, do you see the little alien egg thing? Yeah, it was interesting, wasn't it? And then she goes back to a different conversation. Do you think that's how it's... Because that's how it might go with my mum.
I think it's... I still remember being in college when the first plane went into the first tower and being sent out of the room we were in at college to go and get a TV so we could put the TV on in the lecture room. And it was one of those wild things where everybody left to go to like the TV room where we kept the small TVs and stuff to be on like the wheelie trolley thing.
Yeah, but you didn't really have the internet then. You didn't really have fucking everything that's been shoved down everybody's neck all at once. There wasn't so many distractions that people would just like...
There wouldn't have been distractions in that situation, Ollie, because if we'd have had the internet and social media when the Twin Towers happened, that would have still been the story. It would have just been the story on more platforms. There'd have just been more of the one thing. See, that's the... I think that's the difference between something that happens, and I'm not saying that in some way 9/11 wasn't a psyop, but there's a difference between a psyop and there's a difference between like a false flag that like wasn't real, or doesn't happen. Like 9/11, for instance, we can
thousands died.
But we can debate. Like, COVID's a fucking perfect example of this. COVID was a fucking psyop that didn't actually happen. Not in the way it was fucking presented to us. And that fell apart because of that. The difference between COVID and 9/11 is that there is enough threads that people can fucking then go fucking buck wild on it. Like, was it fucking directed energy weapons? Was it just like planes that these guys happened to fly into buildings that had been arranged in some fucking cave somewhere? Was it planes but not actually passenger planes with fucking missiles on them? Was it a missile that hit the Pentagon and not a plane? You can elaborate on top of these stories, but fundamentally there is enough poles in the ground to make us go, right, something happened in New York that day, something happened at the Pentagon, and something happened in that field, where something was brought down and it didn't actually get where it was supposed to go. Like, talk is it was supposed to go to the White House. There's enough there where we can come to at least even if it's not a unique point of truth, it's a unique point of agreement that something happened there. I think when it comes to if there was aliens landing on the White House lawn, like egg type of situation, there would be enough individual points of reference from different people and different eyewitnesses and different things, to where we could debate whether it was fucking holograms, we could debate whether it was aliens, we could debate whether it was fucking the Chinese Communist Party, like trying to fucking fuck us up by installing a new religion. Like those things would naturally come out, because that's what happens with conspiracy theory. That's what always happens. It's what happened with the Kennedy assassination. It's what happened with the moon landing. I think this is what is the most interesting thing about doing a show like this, and I think it's why we do it, and it's why people listen to it, and it's why people, like, from various spectrums. There's some people that listen to our podcast are as crazy as us. Some people that listen to our podcast are not crazy at all. They just they like things like this, and they find it a bit interesting. But I think one
nuts.
thing, what?
We are nuts.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. But the thing is, just because you're crazy doesn't mean you're wrong. But the thing I think is, something is going on. Like, we might not hit 180s every time we throw darts at the dartboard, but the darts are still hitting the board. There's a board there, and I think that's the main takeaway from a podcast like this, is when we look at what's going on, we look at the decisions that are being made. There is something out there, and that's weird. There's weird decisions going on. We live in a fucking strange place. We don't live like normal. Normal is a fucking myth.
I don't think there is any such thing as normal anymore.
No.
I think we are entering the fucking paranormal era.
I think you're probably right. I do. I think we're definitely in the age of conspiracy.